Hey everybody, this is the video for how to draw your cube in light and shadow. You can see I already drew a cube. It's slightly different than when you're working with a sphere. You're not going to have all those things that I diagrammed before. In general, and it'll all vary depending on the angle of the cube and the light source, you're going to have a dark side, a medium tone side, and light side, and then the cast shadow. Usually the cast shadow is one of the darkest areas, and then the darker areas are on the bottom of the cube in the cast shadow. Okay, so first thing you're going to do just what I showed you to do before. You're going to draw the outlines of your cube, and I just drew them by hand, by eye. If you're worried about it, you could try using a ruler. I recommend using one of these little rulers. These are pretty good. This one doesn't have measurements on it. If it does, then you can actually measure the right angles and everything if you're doing something like isometric perspective or whatever. Okay, so I'm going to do basically the same thing I did before. I'm going to start out with my darkest areas. I'm using my 6B wood pencil. I'm going to start filling in the darker side. For some reason I do this side with vertical lines because it's easier from this angle. I'm just using the shading. I'm not really doing hatching, cross-hatching, stippling, etc. Some blending. Quinn! Oh my god, I'm sorry about that. I forgot to lock the door. Get out of here, you dummy. Okay. Start blocking, and I always go from dark to light, so I'm going to do the cast shadow next. Remember, just don't do too dark at first because you can always go back. And make things darker later. Working with my HB pencil now, I'm going to start doing, there's actually a lighter area in the cast shadow area. And these are my background. Median side, this side I'm going to do horizontally. See how beautiful this looks when you smudge it? So to really get a beautiful texture. I'll probably end up lightening the background up a little bit, it's a little too dark. Make sure this is my HV, yeah. Okay. Okay, I'll do a little cross hatching. Now, in case you're wondering why I'm not looking at the cube as much as when I was doing the still life, because I have everything drawn out already, but I've kind of memorized what the shaded and non-shaded areas are. But you should always be looking back to check things too. Okay, I'm going to go back in with my eraser. This got a little bit too dark on the top. Just a little highlighted area at the corner. Erase some of this and smudge again. You may notice, I don't know, you're seeing a different angle, but there's actually a little highlighted area right in the shadow over to this side. So I'm going to have to go back in and put a tone over here too. A little bit of a highlight here too, and here. I'm just going to go in and darken this up a little bit. Lightens it up just a bit too much. Actually made too much of a line over here. I don't want that line there. Get rid of that. Okay, I'm going to stand back. Whoops, I erased a little bit over here. And see how that looks. Looks pretty good, actually. Very good. I actually like the ones that I'm doing very rapidly better. They have a very nice quality to the drawing when I'm less careful about it. So you might want to keep that in mind. Okay, so have fun with this one. There'll probably be one more for a cylinder maybe, and then it'll be on to the still life and a couple of other exercises for this module. Take care.